Hello and welcome. Today we're talking all about Jupiter going direct. My name is Shira. I am the founder of Abracadabra Astrology Mastery. I'm so happy to be here with you. If you are in our school, welcome back. If you are curious about going deeper into your birth chart, we have a whole free community for that, and I'm going to link that below. If this video lands with you, please hit the like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, because it helps other people find this channel and me, and it helps you connect with other energies that are in your frequency and pulling them into your life in a magical way, right? What we give, we receive. So let's get into it. I am loving this astrology. It is so supportive. You're going to hear a lot about the wildness of the month of March from a lot of astrologers, but I truly feel that we are being 100% set up for success in our connection to accessing our higher frequency and accessing the wisdom that is available at all times. Now, obviously, we all meet astrology from our own level of consciousness. The planets do not do anything to us, just like Mercury retrograde doesn't, mess up your plans or mess up your life. But the planets absolutely activate different vibrations within us. So Jupiter carries the vibration of blessings and the vibration of abundance. Now, depending on where your level of consciousness is, there are some people who want an abundance of, let's say, toxic masculinity. I know it's not you, but there are humans that are in that like field of consciousness. So Jupiter is going to give them more of that. There are other people, most likely like yourself, since you're watching this video, who are interested in following their path and their purpose and evolving emotionally and spiritually and consciousness. And Jupiter is going to create more of that. Abundance doesn't mean money or wealth. Abundance, when you look up the etymology of it, I hope that's the right word, the root, the origin of abundance, it literally just means a lot of. So when we talk about Jupiter being the planet of abundance, it's bringing us a lot of, it's bringing us more of. And wherever you have Jupiter in your personal birth chart, which you can totally look up right now, you would pause this video, obviously, and look that up. But wherever you have Jupiter, there is a lot of energy being channeled, and that is a really important part of your birth chart. Now, currently, this planet is in the sign of Cancer. And the fourth sign of the zodiac wheel, the water sign, the crab, is so much about connecting to our inner wisdom, our intuition, our ability to feel vibes and sense energies, and how we process emotions. It's not just emotional energy, it's how do you process it? What is your relationship to emotions? Do they define you? Do they create your experience, or do they flow through you? Or for some of you, do you have a relationship with knowing how to be the master of turning on different emotions within you to create more of what you want in life? That is something that we do in Abracadabra Astrology Mastery. Like, for example, how often are you consciously deciding, I'm going to tune into the frequency of gratitude and I'm going to do the behaviors that get me into that energy of gratitude? Because when I am in the frequency of gratitude, I, by the law of physics, become better at receiving things because I'm grateful. And the more grateful you are, it's literally the frequency of receiving when you're just so grateful for what you have, you get to have more of what you want and things that make you grateful for. But I'm kind of going off kilter right now. So hopefully you just spent that time looking up your Jupiter and you're still with me. So Jupiter has been retrograde. Jupiter, let me start, entered the sign of Cancer on June 9th of 2025. So just, you might pause this video for a moment. I just want to kind of like drop this into your brain. What was happening in June of last year? So last summer, what was going on in your life? Because whatever started that cycle, we're only 15 degrees into Jupiter. So into Jupiter and Cancer. So we have more time. June 30th, Jupiter will transition into Leo. But whatever was happening in June of last summer, you're getting to a pinnacle of your emotional understanding. And at this moment, you are creating more bandwidth in the clarity of whatever was coming through. Because when Jupiter shifted into Cancer, that really changed the game on what we're getting more of. Remember, Jupiter is abundance, and Jupiter is also the planet of wisdom in Kundalini yoga, in the ancient texts. Jupiter represents our ability to gain wisdom. So let's talk about what wisdom means. One of my favorite all-time scientists, Joe Dispenza, who I study pretty fervently, says that wisdom is when you've gone through an experience and you are able, that was tough, that maybe you had emotional attachment around, like anger, for example. I'd say someone did something to you and it just like made you angry, it triggered you. Wisdom is when you can look at that experience and know exactly what it was there to teach you, like know exactly what it was meant for. All these experiences that we have as we're going through Earth School and we're on this human journey, they offer us opportunities to learn. And especially the hard experiences, the challenging experiences are the ones where we get to learn the absolute most from them. So wisdom from the lens of Joe Dispenza and the lens of the ancient texts of Kundalini yoga is, we went through something, we learned from that something, we gained knowledge, we gained experience, we gained wisdom. We had to walk through the fires of that experience in order to get to a deeper sense of inner peace or forgiveness or understanding. Jupiter going into Cancer last summer activated our heart in a way that was deep, potent, big, expansive. Jupiter shifting into that sign expanded the energy of the heart, because Cancer, the crab, not only is emotions and intuition, but it's also your home. It's what your definition of your home is. And you know that saying, home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. And in your heart is your soul. I believe that when Jupiter went into Cancer, a soul activation came online. And you, if you are feeling this at all and you had an experience last summer, you were activated from a soul level to feel your relationships, your experiences in your life in a greater way, because there's something that your soul wanted to communicate to you and still is doing right now about your soul path. Cancer being the heart means that when Jupiter went into that sign, there was an expansion of heart energy, an expansion of inner knowing, an expansion of intuition. A lot of people think that heart, like live from your heart and just feel it with your heart and love and light. All of that gets like a really bad rep. And it bothers me, y'all. It bothers me because when you are living from your heart and you are actually living from love and light, you are a courageous motherfucker, because you know how hard it is to keep your heart open in a world like this? I mean, that shit is not easy. If you can go through pain and heartbreak and hardship and challenges and like all of the pain of the world through this sensitivity of the Cancerian energy, especially where your heart feels more. You feel it deeper. It's more intense. It's a lot. It's a lot to hold and a lot to carry. And if you can feel it and know that that's not your identity, the pain point, and not attached to it, and let it flow through you, and learn to keep opening your heart in the midst of pain, in the midst of struggle and challenge, in the midst of the hardships of the world. Woo! That is a very, very courageous way to live. And we, after the sign of Cancer comes Leo, and Leo is literally the heart in the anatomy of astrology. Literally, the heart and the spine. Being able to stand up tall and being really proud of yourself and really confident in yourself. And in order to do that from a place that's not toxic and shallow, you got to crack that mother open, that heart space, through the sign of Cancer. That's how the astrological journey works, is you got to get layer by layer. So this Jupiter into Cancer starts to peel the walls away from the heart and get us deeper into our emotions and our feelings, so that energy can move through, so that we can meet ourselves in a deeper level from our soul, so that when Jupiter shifts into Leo in the summer, June 30th, 2026, we're not going to do it from a shallow, unbalanced, toxic way that a lot of people hear is Leo, but that's just a toxic representation. Leo is actually courageous as heck, man, living from the heart and being passionate, like awakened online in their passion. It's like, I don't want to get ahead of me. So here's the deal. Jupiter has been retrograde since November 11th. So we've got June of last summer, Jupiter went into Cancer. On November 11th of 2025, Jupiter went retrograde. November is when so many people in my circle started to like kind of lose their shit a little bit. If you relate, just put that in the chat box. November, December, like these months were very internally swirling, where we were moving through a part of ourselves that had to do with what home really is to us, and what security and safety really means to us. And a lot got shaken in the external world, um, on the the like movie stage of politics and the insanity that is all of that. A lot has been coming up and coming to light, and financially there's been shifts, and we've been experiencing just very, very, very big changes. And also a lot of people just felt sort of the ground shake under their feet, even when you don't really know what's about to shift, but you can kind of feel it, especially if you're intuitive. You're like, something weird's happening, I'm feeling weird, I'm changing, a different part of me is coming online, and a new identity is coming forward. It's like that whole time was this internal, where now that Jupiterian abundance, the here's more of this thing now goes retrograde, and it asks you to look internally more and say, what is true to you? Like, how do you create internal safety, especially when things are changing and there's not so much that is predictable. Now, the sign of Cancer hates unpredictability. Like, it wants safety. It wants its crab shell, and it wants to scurry away from things that like freak it out, you know? So with this retrograde energy, we've been asked to kind of find our stillness and sit in the unknown, and through going into whatever it is that you went through, in order to feel more of your sacred heart and your home as your heart, where it's not something that's outside of you. With Jupiter and Cancer, it's all about what is happening in your inner world. That's the journey that we've been on since November 11th. 11/11, that portal opened, 2025. And so now on March 10th, Jupiter goes direct. And all of the wisdom that you have gained through the weird experiences or challenging experiences or frustration, whatever it's been, or maybe you just had a really magical past 4 months, like, I love that for you. But if you haven't, all of that wisdom you've gained, it's like the veil that was down, that was asking you to go in, now it lifts and it says, hey, guess what? Now you get to go out. You get to share your light out in the world in a bigger way, because you had to walk through what you walked through in order to know what you know now and be where you are now. I was just talking to a friend the other day who was in a profession that was like totally misaligned. They were they were they were pharmacists who didn't believe in Western medicine and wanted to do more a holistic path, but they were pharmacists because it's what they knew, it's what they told, maybe they were good at it, maybe it got passed down from their family, whatever it was. And so they're starting to come into this new journey where they're like, okay, I am, even though I don't know what this new path will look like, I'm trusting that my soul is going to lead me and guide me to go forward, because it's not about you, even, it's about what wants to be moved through you. It's about what source wants to move through you. And when you start to peel off the societal conditioning and the choices that you make that are bound in either like conditioning or programming, whatever it is, we all have that stuff. When you start to become conscious of it and you peel it away, it's like your whole experience gets amplified through your heart, because you are forced to trust yourself and step into the next level. And I imagine that some of you out there are going to get that and feel that, of stepping into the next level. And this Jupiter direct, I really feel like, is going to take the work that you've been doing inside and just like pop it forward. And we just have more emotional awareness now of how we're creating safety from within us, so we don't have to rely upon it externally. And we're just learning new ways of how to be present and calm and curious with our relationship to all of life, and to being at home within yourself. So it's a very beautiful time. I'm going to share the chart for the week that Jupiter is going direct. And I'm sharing it because, it's pretty exciting that Jupiter is at 15 degrees Cancer going direct on the 10th. And there is something called there's a spiritual sun. Okay, so it's also known as the dog star, and it's also known as Sirius. And this is a very powerful point in the sky that was revered, especially in ancient Egypt, that when it came out, it was like this time of overflow and abundance and rebirth. And that's at the 14-degree point of Cancer. So this Jupiter going direct is coinciding with this rebirth energy. And at the same time, on this day, it's aligning with the sun, our sun, right, in Pisces at 20 degrees, and also with Mercury, who's retrograde. So, what I'm getting is a lot of downloads, a lot of wisdom coming into the mind and wisdom of your past, closure around something from your past that is ready to really be released finally and let go, or even just one more layer released finally and let go. There's no need to rush your healing. You know that Trevor Hall song? You can't rush your healing. Okay, I'm not going to be singing for you. Okay, so it's a really massive turning point, and we've had a whole bunch of them. This one feels nurturing, soothing, loving, guided with so much compassion. With the Pisces energy aligning with the Cancerian energy, it's a lot of water, it's a lot of heart, it's a lot of flow. And these energies, these archetypes are not about forcing, pushing, overdoing it. Even within the year of the fire horse, these archetypes in this upcoming week, this is all about flow. This is all about intuition and flow. And that might mean that you have like a creative burst of energy, and you just trust what comes through you and listen to you. You know what I mean? That's what intuition's all about. It's about tuning in and listening to what is inside of you and allowing it to move through you. Now, if you are the sun, moon, rising of Cancer, then obviously this whole chat is amplified for you. And the themes that I spoke about, the closure, the wisdom, the coming home to your heart, the being safe in the heart of your soul, is just going to come online so beautifully. I'm so excited for you. And all cardinal signs, so that's Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries, are going to feel this in some way. Aries, you already have such a freaking knockout of energy. And I mean that in a really positive way, with Neptune and Saturn in Aries, and now Venus is in Aries. This is so much about the creation of like a new identity for you, and just like really stepping into a higher level of embodiment, stepping into a higher level of authenticity, really for all cardinal signs. But then also, because we have so much energy in Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, you are also getting the blessings of flow and intuition and inner wisdom that are coming from this powerhouse stellium of Piscean energy, especially with the North Node in Pisces. It's like Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius. This is big, 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 big growth energy for you. And you've done tons of growing over the past 2 years. And I really feel like you're getting some of the like peak of what it is that's like ready to be shifted and changed in your life. So again, so much about intuition, so much about just trusting the wisdom that's coming through. If you are taking your birth chart out to look into this, you do want to look at 15 degrees Cancer for Jupiter. Okay, 15 degrees. And you can look at 15 degrees of any of the cardinal signs. And then really any Pisces is just like all full. So any mutable, just know that you're in an intuition portal. Go in, trust it, let yourself flow with it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. Again, like, share, comment. I love to read your comments. I always read the comments. I mean, how could I not? And if you want to be in our free community, I'll leave a link below for that. If you want to go deeper into your chart and actually master your path and your purpose through your chart, through soulful embodiment and spiritual practices, I'll leave a link for that. And the last thing I'll say is there are spots left for our May 23rd to 30th Nicaragua retreat. I am so excited for it. We are going to have such a blast together, swimming and playing and doing the astrology of the moment in real time together. It's the week of an upcoming full moon. And it's a full moon in Sagittarius, which is perfect for travel, perfect for adventure. So, heart and spirit renewal in Nicaragua, May 23rd to the 30th. We're going to do astrology. I'm going to teach deep quantum meditation, Kundalini, Vinyasa, and this is actually the retreat center. I mean, this is where we practice yoga, like so gorgeous. And we will be sitting in circle and having cacao and just really connecting on beautiful deep levels. There's options for single bed, there's options for shared rooms. You can bring a friend. There's a pool, ocean views through the whole property, howler monkeys, literally baby turtles. Like, oh my God, it's going to be the best ever. So I'll leave the info for that below, and I hope you'll join. It's going to be a small, beautiful, intimate group. Mwah. Let me know if you have questions. Have the best week ever.